Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, I'm going to take you on a step-by-step tutorial on making a leatherette hat patch using your laser, leatherette, and a hat press. And guys, this is a very beginner-friendly but evergreen and very sellable and very popular item that I guarantee if you list this, it will sell over and over and over again all year round because people spend money on their pets. We all know this. Etsy's numbers even speak so for themselves. Hat patches are very popular, but put your pet on a hat patch, super, super popular. So I'm going to show you guys literally step by step how to do this. And like mentioned before, it's very beginner friendly, but you will be able to walk away with a super high quality looking hat patch if you use these materials and these steps. I'm going to show you how to do it because today I'm going to be making my husband a hat patch of his favorite person in the world, aka Jack. And Jack loves him too. Who wouldn't want to sport their pet on their hat? That's what we're going to be doing in today's video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into this video, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. For the material for today's video, we're going to be using Lone Star Adhesive Leatherette. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's such a well-known, high-quality leatherette brand. And guys, it truly is really, really good. I've been using it for about a year now, and I'm telling you guys, my husband puts his hats through the ringer. I mean, he's always working, always outside, and these patches still look amazing. And I'm telling you, they're not going nowhere. So I will link down in the description box the exact ones that I'm using in today's video, but it's really, really good leatherette, you guys. And I have so many different colors. I had to buy almost all of them. So now I have to pick which color hat I want to pair with my leatherette. I'm using the Richardson 112 trucker hats. So now we get to play around with it and figure out what colors we want to match together for this project. So for the machines today, we're going to be using our Thunderbolt, which is the smaller laser that we keep up in our craft room. Y'all, this laser does really good for engraving, especially leatherette. I've really enjoyed using this laser for a lot of engraves. I thought it might be a fun video to do, so y'all stay tuned for that. Seeing if we can get a super, super high quality engrave on our Nova, which is the glass tube laser that we have outside, and it's 130 watt. Because I've been getting a lot of questions about that. Like, can you get like a really detailed, high quality engrave on that laser too? So that might be a fun comparison video. So yeah, we're going to be engraving on our Thunderbolt. For our hat press, we're using the Stahl's Hottronics Fusion IQ hat press. Got it at Heat Press Nation. And guys, this has been an amazing hat press. It has everything that we wanted in it. Top and bottom platen, heating up at different temperatures if you want it. The auto open, you can set your pressure on it. It's just all the things. It's been a really, really good hat press, and I have no complaints with it so far. So yep, that is the machinery that we will be using in today's video. All right, y'all, so we are going to be starting our project here in Canva. So if you guys haven't used Canva, it's great for small business. I mean, it just kind of has a lot of different things that you can utilize for your business, like removing backgrounds and adding listing photos and just doing all kinds of stuff. So we're going to start here, and we're going to upload our picture that we want to use for today's project. All right, y'all, so we have a picture of good old Jack here. If you guys haven't seen Jack, he's been in a lot of our videos here and there just because he's so cute and he's a good boy. So I wanted to use just like a not so high quality picture to kind of show you guys that you can use pictures that are just taken from cell phones, because a lot of times if you get a customer that just sends you a picture and it's not the best, like taken from a really expensive camera, you can still kind of pop the features that you need for engraves. So we're going to be using this one. And then you want to go ahead and select Edit Image, and then you're going to hit Create Design. Okay, so the very first thing that you're going to want to do is hit Background Remover, because we don't want to keep all the stuff in the background because the engrave will just be too busy. So let's hit Background Remover. All right, now I'm going to crop just his head, because for our patch, we don't really want his whole body because then it's going to be a really skinny like rectangle, and for our patch we want it to be kind of more, I guess, just more his head. We don't need all that. So I'm going to go now to crop, and we're just going to kind of crop out the area that we want. And then once you have it in his area, you're going to click done. And then now I'm going to stretch it out. Okay, so now you're at this point, and obviously it's still really dark, and if we were to just send it over to Lightburn just like this, you're not going to really pop a lot of the dog's features. So we're going to go up here to Edit, and then we're going to go to Adjust. So what your goal here to do is you're really going to want to brighten things up and kind of enhance a lot of the features, and it's going to almost look not cartoonish, but you want it to look kind of not like a picture you would go and print out at Walgreens or whatever. You want it to be a picture that is going to be engraved. So you really want to brighten up the features of, like, for example, the top of his eyebrows, and make sure you can see like the area around his eyes, and you want to really see his fur, because when you're engraving, those things matter. So that is what we're going to try to do here. So just remember, you're editing to make a good engrave. You're not editing like for picture quality, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go over here and just kind of play around with this until, I don't know, it looks like it shows up his features good. So down here, I think the sharpness and clarity matters a lot, because as you see, like the higher I go here, I can really see his fur and a lot of the coloring. So you're definitely going to want to adjust this to like a higher than normal range. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Once everything looks pretty good how you want it, we're going to enhance it a little bit more here in Lightburn. So just know that you don't have to have it absolutely perfect, because we have a chance to kind of fix it a little bit more once we get there. We're going to go up here to share and then download. Keep it as a PNG, and then you're going to make sure you select transparent background and then download. All right, now we're here in Lightburn, and we're going to go to File and then Import, and then you're going to select the photo that you just downloaded. Once you're here, you're going to make sure first that you're going to go to Window, and then make sure you have Shape Properties selected, because you're going to need this window to further edit your picture. I'm going to select Jack here, and then this area right here is, again, one of those things that varies so much picture to picture, just because every single picture is different for the brightness it has, all the things. So you're going to further go here and play with these numbers here to kind of accentuate the features, enhance things, make sure you can see around the eyes and you can see the details really well for your engrave. So that is what I'm going to do now. Like I said, you can kind of look further into, like, Lightburn tells you what each of these mean. So it tells you like contrast increases or decreases the image contrast. The gamma is the mid-tone curve for images. So that's like helpful to kind of understand what each of these mean. But we're going to go ahead and play around with these numbers, get it how we want it, and then we'll see how it looks. So I didn't have to do really too much to it, because we kind of edited our picture a little bit more in Canva. But as you see, I can see a lot of his fur, like the details of it. You can still see his eyes good, and like the details, I don't know, that you want to see that kind of makes your dog look like your dog. So to me, it looks like Jack, and I think that it will engrave nicely. So next thing we want to do here is we want to make sure our photo is selected, and then I'm going to right click, trace image. So one thing you're going to want to make sure, because what we're doing is we're creating an outline around our patch, because we don't want it to cut exact. We want it to have a little bit of an offset border. So I'm going to select Trace Transparency, and it'll make a perfect little line around Jack, and then we will add our offset. So click OK. Make sure that is selected, and then you're going to go over here to the left hand side and click Offset Shapes, and as you see, it's going to make a little border around the dog. I don't want it to be that big, but you can kind of go up and down. Make sure it's selected at outward, not inward, because inward's going to go into the dog. You want it to go outside of the dog. So I will just kind of play around with this and get it about how we want it, and I think that looks good here. I'm going to select OK. Make sure my outline is set to cut. And then that looks good. So now we're going to go ahead and pick the size we want it to be. So click your mouse tool here, select the entire thing, and then I'm going to make it about 3 inches tall by 2.25 wide. So I think that will look good. Okay, so for settings here, now this will vary depending on what laser and all the things you have. I would definitely suggest, if you're new to this and you have new material that you've never tested on your laser before, the very first thing that you're going to want to do is go up here to Laser Tools, and then you're going to go down to Material Test. So what Lightburn does, it's kind of cool. It can create a material test file for you. You can make one yourself here, but I highly suggest whatever laser you have. Like, for example, we use Thunder Laser. On their website, you can go onto their website and type in, like, for example, I'm using a Thunderbolt. So I'll say Thunderbolt Leatherette Material Test File. And a lot of people with Thunder use the Lone Star Adhesive Leatherette. So they have a test file for that specific material. So it's really great. So I downloaded that preset and it's right here, and it will auto make everything for you. It's really helpful and it saves you a lot of time. But when you download that preset, so this is important, when you download it on their website, you're going to go to this material test generator and you're going to make sure that you import it here. And then it will auto put your test file here for you. It's not something that you can just go into Lightburn and open like you import a picture. You have to upload it to this specific area of Lightburn. So once that's downloaded, it is on there. It's going to create your test file. And as you see, it's going to show you what it looks like. It's going to do all of the different powers and speeds for you here. So you can look at these little squares and determine what looks better. So like, for example, let's say the 19800 looked the best, or maybe you need to fine tune it even more than that. You can look at it here and get a great starting point for your project. So highly recommend doing this before you just go in there and guess some numbers and all the things, because this helped me dial in my settings good. Once you have your test file up, you can hit start and it will engrave and cut out on your leatherette for you. So you can take it from there and get your settings dialed in. For my Thunderbolt, I'm going to be doing 800 speed, 20 power, and on the image, you can put your DPI a little higher. I think for this one, I'm going to start at like 500 and see how that looks. And then you can play around with all these other things just if you're good with it. And then for the image mode, Jarvis is what I like to use for a lot of like pictures. It can tell you what each of these mean. Like they all look different. I just tend to go with Jarvis a good bit because it's good for smooth shaded photo images. So that is what we're going to select. And yeah, I think we're good to go here. We have our image ready. We have our cut settings ready, 2060 for our leatherette, 820 for our image. We sized it. We should be good to go. Now we're going to go ahead and get the leatherette and the laser, put this where we want it, and test it out. So once your patch is done, you're going to clean it with Totally Awesome. And here is how our patch looks all ready to go. And then we're going to go ahead and set up our hat press, 280 top, 320 bottom. We're going to do about a 4 or 5 pressure for 45 seconds. I always start by lint rolling our hats just to make sure there's no, lint on it. Set it onto our hat press with that flat down, and then you're going to get it good and tight on there. And then I'm going to put the thinnest foam pad that it came with on top of the hat. And then I'm going to do a pre-press first just to draw out all the moisture. And then once that is done, I kind of push down my hat a little bit, get my patch ready, make sure you peel that adhesive sticker off the back, set it where you want it. I wanted mine on the side, and I put heat tape on mine just to be sure it's going to stay in place. And then I push down for 45 seconds, and then your patch is done. And here is how our hat turned out. All right, y'all, so that pretty much wraps it up for today's video. What do y'all think? I definitely think that it turned out super cute, super good quality. And like I said, if you guys used these exact materials, and I'll link everything down in the description box below of everything I used, from the laser to the hat press to the leatherette, all the things, and show you guys exactly how you can also replicate this exact item and be able to make some high quality hat patches to sell. It's really that easy, you guys, and it takes no time at all. Once you got your method down and you can take your photo and kind of adjust it a little bit, fix it up, put it into the software and engrave, you can make a very high quality hat in just moments in time. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, y'all.